the 5th of August. The day will forever be remembered in history for monumental decisions. It was on this day last year when India abrogated Article 370 in the erstwhile state of Jammu and Kashmir. It took everyone by surprise. Some celebrated it as the correction of historical blunders. Others criticized it, calling it the end of political rights of Kashmiris. Today is the first anniversary of this historic decision. What has been gained and what lost in the year that went by? Have the prophecies of a doomsday scenario come true? Has the development which the government of India promised truly been delivered? Tonight, we shall try to answer these questions. First things first, 1 year is too short to judge the outcome of such a big political decision. We can't do a bean count of welfare projects and development in just 1 year to determine how successful the move has been. When long pending decisions finally see the light of day, there are several teething troubles. But good or bad, the changes in Kashmir are quite significant. Why don't we start with corruption? New Delhi has given top priority to eliminate corruption in Kashmir. The Anti-Corruption Bureau of India has unearthed several large-scale financial scams in the last 1 year. The headline on your screen may be a few months old. But these headlines are a testimony to how high-profile corruption cases have been revived and are being investigated in Kashmir. Let's talk about the biggest one, the Roshni land scam. It tops the list. This scam involved the grabbing, and listen to this, the grabbing of 21 lakh acres of forest land by powerful land mafia. 21 lakh acres. This was a 7-year-old case. It is finally heading to a conclusion. Then the issue of the youth. The Jammu and Kashmir administration has made progress in the sphere of education. According to achievements listed by the Government of India, 50 new colleges are offering a total of 25,000 seats. 7 new medical colleges, 5 new nursing colleges and 1 state cancer institute have been set up in Kashmir. What about unemployment? The Jammu and Kashmir administration has announced 10,000 jobs at various levels for the unemployed Kashmiri youth. Look at the headlines on your screen again. Vacancies for doctors, vets, panchayat assistants are being filled. Plans are afoot to recruit 25,000 people in various other departments in the coming months. And finally, the biggest issue of them all, terrorism. Incidents of terror have significantly reduced in the valley. 188 terror-related incidents were recorded in Kashmir between January and July last year. This year, the number has come down to 120, according to a Home Ministry report. 51 grenade attacks took place in Kashmir in the same period last year. In 2020, the number has been reduced to 21. The cleanup is underway. A total of 110 local terrorists have been killed in 2020. Some of them were the most dreaded in the valley, like Hizbul commander Riaz Naiku and Jaish commander Kari Yasir. So far, so good. What about the challenges? It would be wrong to say they don't exist. Kashmir is still work in progress. To start with, the political space in Kashmir remains in a freeze. Yes, political detainees from mainstream parties have been released, but there seems to be no clear way forward to revive the stalled politics. It's been a year and Kashmir still doesn't have an elected legislature. This is leading to a growing trust deficit, some say, between Kashmiri politicians and the centre, a challenge that must be addressed. There is also a need to slowly restore communication and lift travel bans. The lack of high-speed internet during the pandemic has been a subject of debate. And then we come to the biggest challenge of them all, Pakistan. There is no end to Islamabad's disinformation campaign in Kashmir. It continues to spread fake news. Social media posts from Pakistan still use edited pictures from Palestine and Syria to pass them off as Kashmiri. These images are propagated across the world, and the Pakistan army is decisively using celebrities like Shahid Afridi to comment on Kashmir, to portray it as a case of grave injustice. We've been reporting on Pakistan's elaborate plans to mark this as a black day, complete with prime ministerial visits to Pakistan-occupied Kashmir and news channel logos going black in Pakistan. In the last 6 months, Pakistan, along with China at its side, has tried to internationalize the issue of Kashmir. Too bad none of it is working. The international community supports India on the issue of Kashmir. Even though India has always maintained that this is an internal matter, efforts to raise it globally by some players have been non-starters. Let me give you one very telling example. The British Labour Party, known for its anti-India rhetoric, has repositioned itself on Kashmir. The new leader of the party, Keir Starmer, has said this on record. After years of siding with Pakistan's narrative on Kashmir, the Labour Party has finally course-corrected and has accepted that Kashmir is indeed a bilateral issue. That's not all. Pakistan's repeated attempts to involve the United Nations and the Arab world have failed. Almost every country, with the exception of China, Turkey and Malaysia, has distanced itself from any resolution that Pakistan tries to push. So 1 year down the line, Article 370 is history. It's gone from the daily conversations of Kashmiris. It only lingers in the minds of political power brokers and rogue nations like Pakistan.